Well, hey y'all, Six Gun Slinging here to do another little knife review. Before I do, I just want to give a little rant here. I was on the Thrifty Knifty Slip Joint Sawyer knife channel, and they had a little knife chat that they do every week. And generally, those are pretty good guys. I like them. But them, and there's a couple other channels. I'm not going to get everybody involved in this thing, but there's some other channels that seem to really kiss ass all over these, all over Rosecraft blades. You know, they're these guys that they make knives that are like a frog hair better than Rough Rider knives. But they all kiss ass because I guess this guy gives them free knives. And he posted some knives that were pretty cool, and then he posted some that were goofy looking as shit. And I said that. I said, man, that's a goofy looking knife. And I got admonished by some moderator, and I got blocked. I got censored. You know, I couldn't comment or anything because I didn't toe the party line and kiss ass to this Rosecraft guy. So they can all kiss my ass. I'll never kiss ass or adulterate my opinion so that I can get a free knife or, you know, this and that. And I won't censor anybody. I don't believe in that crap. I think that's what's wrong with our country. I don't think you should be able to just say anything, but if you don't like something, you should be able to say you don't like it. And if you do, you do. And, you know, anyway, that's enough of that. Getting to this knife. This is a 1992 Remington Bullet knife. I've had it since about 1992. Here you can see the box. We'll take a look around the box for those of you that like boxes. I kind of like boxes. It says R1176. Now this knife is made by Camillus, as a lot of you know, and they have since gone out of business. They were a great American company, made a lot of really cool knives, including the military issue utility pocket knife. That I got issued one back in the 90s, and a lot of people have, and they were issued since before the Vietnam War. In fact, I think they even made some for World War II. Anyway, really great American company. Sorry to see them go, and they'll never be brought back because the factory burned down. A lot of Americans lost their job, and they were a part of American history. And one of the things they did was make this knife. So anyway, I give you a look around the box. It's kind of a brown, off brown box, pretty cool. And we'll open it up here, and of course I took it out of the wrapper. I've carried this knife. I'll set it aside for a second, but it came wrapped in this plastic, you know, heavily oiled with machine oil, and it came with this little instruction manual. Oops, sorry about that, bumped that camera. Kind of tells you about that bullet knife, give you a little congratulations. Tells you about the steel it's made of, 440 stainless, hardened to 56 to 59. Gives you a little thing about the care on it, a little history of the knife. Pretty cool presentation. I really like it. These knives weren't that expensive. I have no idea. I don't remember what I paid for it back then, but you can get these on eBay, and they're not too expensive. Used to find them for about 50 bucks on eBay. I think they've gone up, especially since Camillus has gone out of business and some other things they've gone up, but they're still relatively affordable. And the scales on this thing are Derlin and Delrin. I think that's how you say it. Anyway, they're made to mimic bone. They jig them and die them, and it's really, really nice. And this stuff's not cheap plastic. It's really well made. And it actually does mimic bone, like when you feel it and look at it. Of course, it's not bone, but it you know, it's really attractive and nice, and it's quite durable. I like that this little trapper they include a lanyard hole. I really like lanyard holes, especially for pocket carry. You can fish it up out of your pocket if you got a good little lanyard on there. And I'll give you a look at the fit and finish. Kind of go around the knife. The transitions and the springs are very, very smooth. Really well made, like all Camillus knives. You expect good quality out of Camillus. They They made Boy Scout knives, every other kind of knife, and they've just done a really good job. In fact, they made the I think I said that they made the U.S. Army utility pocket knife, which I got issued one. They just made a ton of knives over the years, and some really good ones. We'll get back to this one though. I'll pop open the blade here. It has half stops, and like most cameless knives, they seem to do that. It has some really heavy back springs. You can hear that snap when it opens. That's some definite authority. I know it's a 1992 because it says it right there on the blade. It says 1992. No muss, no fuss. So you absolutely know when this knife was made. Every year they come out with a different knife. I just happened to pick this one up. Has a real nice clip point, as you can see. I'll give you, I just happen to have this handy dandy little ruler thing here. Close length is about 3 1/4. The blade length is 2 1/2 cutting edge on that nicely done clip point. The grinds are really good, as you can see. They really do a good job. The hardening, like I said, that they tell you the hardness on there, which I think is pretty cool. But it is enough to get a really great edge and to really hold it. Heat treat is everything. It can make or break a steel. You can have super steels with a bad heat treat that are just junk, and you can have, well, steel, 440 stainless steel, that can be brought up to a really serviceable, useful edge with a good heat treat. And Camelus, they were experts, and they should be, because they've been making knives since World War II. So they were really a great company. Moving around the knife here, we'll give you a look. There's no blade play, no side to side, up and down, and that spring really holds that knife in. You know, combined with that half stop, and I'll give you a look at the closing. See, it's got good walk and talk, and it's got those bear trap springs. You can use this knife with authority. Some people don't like them, but I really like those bear trap springs, because when you open the knife, you know it's going to stay open, and I like that. They put the nail nicks where they're accessible. Once again, good half stop. Give you the sound of the opening on the spade blade here. Snaps open with authority. There's a little bit of uneven grinds, like right here, the edge grind versus this side. It's a little off, but not too bad. Give you a look at this blade here. You can see the tang stamps. And give you a look at the other side. Just a well done spade blade. Real nice shaped, good spade blade. Fits good in the hand. I think this knife is absolutely just right for EDC. Here, let me give you the walk and talk on that one. Snaps great. Good authority on the snap. It's a little thick. Let's see how, well, I draw my ruler. It's a little thick. It's thicker than obviously a case trapper, but it gives you good purchase in the hand for that reason, and I like it. A little chonky knife, quite useful. And the good thing about this knife is the way they give you the presentation of it. It'd be a great collector's knife, and it would be a great EDC. At the time, and in fact not that long ago even, you could pick up a used specimen for, yeah, about 50, 60 bucks, and it'd make a great EDC knife. I don't know how much more expensive they're going to get. They made quite a few of them, but I'm not real worried. I'm not a collector, so I would not be afraid to use this as an EDC. I have carried it and used it. I got so many other knives, I don't rely on it, but you could, like, in theory, you could have this one pocket knife as your only pocket knife, and you'd be fine. You know, I mean, this is great. You know, it would satisfy, you know, your pride of ownership when you took it out of your pocket, and it would certainly get pretty much any task that you need done. You know, and most good knives will. You know, it's a USA made knife, so you got pride of ownership in that aspect. There's a lot of Chinese made knives, and they're making some good knives. Those Rosecraft guys, they actually make a couple of good knives. They're made in China. They're a little more expensive than a Rough Rider. But like I said, I won't buy shit from those guys. That guy, you know, they censored me, pissed me off, and I don't want nothing to do with them. The guys at Smoky Mountain Knife Works, in fact, I got a Smoky Mountain knife mat that we're doing a review on. Those guys are really good. Their warranty is second to none. I only had to use it once. I had a back spring blowout. But I'll buy from those guys because they're fantastic guys. They've treated me good. I sent them a thing when I did a review on a couple of their knives, and they said, "Hey, we appreciate you got a new channel and you're doing all this." They sent me a whole big thing of stickers, which I thought was really cool. I didn't ask for them. They didn't have to do it. They just did it. They replaced the knife. They had it to my house in 2 days from Tennessee to Texas. And if I'm going to spend my money, I prefer to do it with people that have some integrity. So I'd buy a Rough Rider knife any day, even though they're made in China. They're made by good people that love knives. And they have a ton of knives. That is a store I definitely want to visit. It is it's like a Cabela's size store, like a big Cabela's, but it's just pretty much all knives. And then they have another section that's a whole separate store that sells guns and ammo. And that's about as American as you get. So definitely do business with those guys. And getting back to this knife, if you're interested in this knife, if you want one like this, look on eBay. You can pick one up. I don't know how expensive they got. I hadn't shopped for one in a while. But I know that, you know, maybe about a year or so ago, I was perusing around, and I still saw them for about $60. I saw some unused ones, you know, because a lot of people didn't use these because they considered them collector's knives, and they were not touched. They were still brand new in the box, and there was more of them that were unused and new in the box on eBay than there were ones that were used. Colt single action armies are like that. Like I have about 3 of them, and you know, you can get those really old Colts, but what a lot of people did was they bought them and they never fired them. So you are more likely to find an unfired Colt single action army than you are to find one that's fired. And it doesn't hurt the value that much when you fire them. I mean, maybe not even $100. It might knock off the price as long as it's been pretty well cared for. And now that CZ has taken over Colt, they're all going through the roof. And whether you fire them or don't fire them, it don't matter. So I shoot mine. I carry my knives, all that stuff. See, the point is, if you don't do that, then the only guy who has the advantage of that is the guy who gets a knife after you die. And I don't have any kids, but for those people that do have kids, I have one of my grandpa's old case knives. I'll do a review on it sometime. And the thing that makes that knife cool is I know it rode in his pocket, and I know that he carried it, and I can see the scars and the use and the patina that he put on it. And you know, when I hold it, it makes me feel close to him, you know, even though he's passed on, because I can see the use. And I think a pocket knife or a gun or any other thing, if it shows signs where you used it, it kind of tells your story. And your son or whoever gets it after you die, it's kind of a cool thing in that way that it had been used. And I feel that way about knives. And this knife, since it's stainless steel, it won't take on a patina, but it will show signs of use and a little wear. This Durlin will wear down if you carry it enough. I got so many knives I can't carry any one knife. I carry them for about a week to a month, you know, however long. Then I'll throw something else in my pocket when I get bored. I'm sure a lot of you are like that. As much as we like to romanticize it, I think back in the day, our grandpas and our dads would carry these knives in their pockets, and they'd carry them for years and years and years, just one pocket knife. We kind of don't do that anymore, especially us knife guys. Like you know, we're some guys I know switch them out every day or every couple days. I'll carry one for a while until I think about it, and then I'll just throw something else in my pocket, carry it around, and just kind of a thing. Anyway, that's been my little ramble on the Remington Bullet knife. I love this knife. That's my honest opinion. It seems that now in the knife community and some guys, you're not allowed to give your honest opinion. You got to toe the line because you might interfere with them getting free shit, and I'm definitely not going to do that. Anyway, let's take a look at the centering. Look at that centering, real nice. There's a guy named Big E on here, and he always says straight up Broadway. That's how he says a knife has good centering. So this one is, as old Big E would say, straight up Broadway. It's got real good centering. Anyway, that's been my take on the Remington Bullet knife from 1992 that I got new back then. And if y'all are looking to pick up one, check out eBay, some of them other sites. You know, even Etsy had some cool knives. I know they mostly make handmade things, but they sell used pocket knives on there of all places, and I've seen some really good deals. So if you like this knife and y'all are looking for one, check out those sites. Anyway, I really appreciate y'all watching. Say no to censorship whenever you can. Don't kiss anybody's ass for free stuff. And that's been my review of the 1992 Remington Bullet knife, and we'll catch y'all down the road.